How are you?
Welcome to the cold season.
Yes.
This is the general manager.
Hello. How are you? Thank you.
President William Samoei Ruto jetted out of the country, and as I do this video, he's finally in the United States of America on an invitation by President Donald Trump to witness the signing of a peace deal between the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, and the president of Congo, Felix Tshisekedi. There's been a tug of war between the two presidents because there is war that is happening in Congo, and both the presidents are accusing each other of fueling the tension that has resulted in that war, people are really losing lives. But apart from witnessing the signing of a historic peace deal, this visit carries with it a lot of political mileage. And William Ruto and his handlers are very happy because this is a visit that he has always waited for. Nairobi has waited for an official invitation to visit White House. Now, this is because William Ruto was the blue-eyed boy of the former president of America, Joe Biden. In fact, there are a lot of undertones that it is Joe Biden working with the former US ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, that aided the victory of William Samoei Ruto. And from some quarters, many believe that this is after William Ruto agreed to play puppet to the US administration in terms of LGBTQ, in terms of GMO, and you see what is happening even in Haiti. So after the Democrats lost the last election in the US and the Republicans took over, many political pundits had predicted that William Ruto would become an island because he had subjected himself to be used by the Western countries. Now for William Ruto, he had really waited for this moment to show or to brag to the naysayers that that it was business as usual. And I remember just recently when South Africa hosted the G20 summit, Ruto had expected that the American representative would visit South Africa and then come to Kenya for a courtesy call or a courtesy visit. That did not happen because Donald Trump ordered the boycott. US boycotted that summit, and Ruto was left literally stranded. Now, on this invitation by Donald Trump, Ruto is very happy. And I will tell you why William Ruto is happy about this visit. Remember, this visit is coming against the backdrop of President Ruto being accused of human rights violations within the country after the Gen Z protests in 2024, when many of them died, and BBC carried out a documentary where he accused the Ruto administration of butchering many youth. And the opposition has accused William Ruto of working with the rebel group in Sudan, the Rapid Support Forces, to perpetuate atrocities in that country. Even the US Senate had once proposed a bill to reconsider their relationship, American relationship with Kenya, after William Ruto visited China and pronounced himself on the New World Order, something that really angered US. So with all these factors, many had predicted that Ruto's relationship with the US administration would not be palatable. In fact, when the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua visited US, he took his time and explained why William Ruto needs to be investigated and maybe taken to the international court. Take a look.
Supports Washington's probe of Kenya's non-NATO ally status. Speaking during a media roundtable engagement in the United States of America tour in Kansas, the DCP party leader says there is legitimate need for America to investigate cases of police brutality, abductions, torture, murder, and extrajudicial killings under the Kenya Kwanza regime, as well as President William Ruto's association with blacklisted organizations by America in the region. Seth Olale has the details of that report.
In the affirmative.
The move by the United States Congress to consider reviewing Kenya's designation as a major non-NATO ally has drawn support from ousted former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Speaking during a media roundtable engagement in his United States of America tour in Kansas, Gachagua said the move was long overdue.
And I'm very excited that yesterday, in the Senate, the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee tabled a motion for the American legislative arm to review the status of Kenya as a non-NATO ally because of violation of human rights, because of abductions, extrajudicial killings.
The Democracy for the Citizens Party leader is urging Kenyans living in the U.S. to avail to the U.S. Congress sufficient grounds for U.S. review of Kenya's designation as a major non-NATO ally.
I want to appeal to the people of Kenya living here and working here in the United States to take time to lobby their senators and their congressmen so that they can know exactly what is happening in Kenya, so that when this particular motion comes up for discussion, there is support from the senators here in the United States, because Kenyans here are quite informed as to what is going on back home.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, with all this, Ruto went to China, and that angered US. Ruto has been accused of human rights violation both within the country and beyond the borders. And many people felt that maybe the Donald Trump administration had severed ties with William Ruto and that they will not work very closely. But this invitation has really given William Ruto a lot of mileage. And in this video, I want us to look at why the opposition is not very happy about this visit, because those who are around William Ruto are celebrating that finally, just finally, William Ruto has been invited to visit the White House. Now, why are they happy, and why is this visit carries more weight than just witnessing the signing of a peace deal between two countries? Now, one, the proponents of this government are going to brag that the Trump administration has endorsed William Samoei Ruto. You know, William Ruto was elected, whether by hook or crook, he was elected in 2022. But Ruto really wanted endorsements from several quarters. One, he really wanted endorsement from the opposition, Raila Amolo Odinga. He got that, and the ODM party got into this handshake. And then William Ruto has been waiting for anything that can really look like an endorsement, official endorsement from White House. And this is going to prove that. And if you check social media, the adherents of this administration are over the moon with joy, and they are saying that William Ruto has been endorsed by the world's superpower, the Western superpower. And that is why William Ruto was very, very happy when he was invited. It is an endorsement to them, and they're going to brag about it. The US administration has got a policy that when you're not in good terms, you cannot share a table with them. That is why Donald Trump boycotted, or rather US boycotted, the G20 summit in South Africa. So for them to invite William Ruto neutralizes all the accusations that, you know, he presided over human rights violation when youths were killed, Gen Zs were killed, when they went to protest against the Finance Bill 2024. It also neutralizes the accusations that maybe he has been involved in human rights violations in cahoot with the outlawed sect, the Rapid Support Forces in Sudan. Because if it was very true that the US suspects William Ruto, or they believe that William Ruto has been involved in some human rights violation activities, they wouldn't have invited William Ruto to witness the signing of a peace deal between those two countries. So it seems they have finally sanitized William Ruto of all the accusations. It can also mean that finally there's going to be a truce after US was angered when William Ruto went to China. And this is going to be good news to State House and the handlers of William Ruto, because if US really did not want William Ruto closer to them, they wouldn't have invited William Ruto. So if there was any tension between them, then there seems to be a secret game that was played, and William Ruto has pacified, the situation, and now they are in good terms. It eradicates the fear that maybe William Ruto was going to be humiliated by Kenya losing the non-NATO ally that they were given by the administration of Joe Biden. It seems Donald Trump has changed, because we thought there was going to be a big paradigm shift from how Joe Biden was handling William Ruto. It seems he has picked from where Donald Trump left, from where Joe Biden left it. And finally, what is really, really worrying the opposition is the fact that William Ruto could use this opportunity to negotiate and seek for support from US in the next election. One thing that you need to understand is that we call ourselves autonomous countries, but we depend on these Western powers sometimes for us to conduct elections. They provide aids, money, election materials at times. They even dictate who they want to be in power. And if you think this is far-fetched, why do you think an African problem is going to be solved in the US? What is preventing maybe the SADC or the African Union or whatever group, political and economic blocs that are within Africa? What prevents them from presiding over all this chaos and a peace deal signed in Kenya or Tanzania or in Rwanda or anywhere in Congo? Why do you think we have to go? We have to be ordered or summoned by another country, a superpower country, so that we can sign a deal in front of them. It tells you just how much behind we still are. We still trust in external forces. And when we can subject ourselves to be summoned to sign a peace deal, it tells you that even the perpetrators of this chaos could be emanating from those countries. I'm just thinking so. And William Ruto can use this opportunity to negotiate how he will accept their terms. Like right now, Nelson Amenya, who is the Adani deal whistleblower, is alleging that while William Ruto is in the US, he's going to sign a deal with Donald Trump, a deal that is going to allow the US government to get access to the Kenyan health records and health data and specimen without the authority from the individuals. And so if he's going to sign such deals and many others that we don't know, then they can agree. I will accept all your terms and your deals. You will help me in 2027. And that is the biggest fear around the opposition, because now Donald Trump has sanitized William Ruto. They have endorsed William Ruto. At least that is the bragging right that William Ruto is going to come back with. Check social media and you'll realize that the supporters of William Ruto are very happy, and they're saying finally it has come. We don't know what was going to happen next, but seems like Ruto and White House are working on something.